Swami Maheshvaranand ji is a disciple of Jagat Guru Tat Shri Kripalu Ji Maharaj, a greatly respected and renowned spiritual master from India, and the only fifth original Jagat Guru in the last 5,000 years. The other four original Jagat Gurus were Adi Jagat Guru Shankaracharya, Jagat Guru Nimbarkacharya, Jagat Guru Ramanujacharya, and Jagat Guru Madhvacharya. Swamiji earlier in his life held several jobs as an engineering technician in a steel industry, teacher at a high school, and more. In the year 1988, Swamiji started studying Sanskrit at the Sampurnaya Anand Sanskrit University in Varanasi, India. During the Sadhana program of October 1988 in Sri Kripalu Dham, Pratapgarh, India, Swamiji Maheshwaranand had the great fortune of meeting Jagat Guru Tat Shri Kripalu Ji Maharaj and accepted him as his spiritual master. With the guidance and divine grace of his spiritual master, Swamiji studied the deepest aspects of the Vedic Bharatiya philosophy described in the sacred Sanskrit scriptures like Vedas, Puranas, Shastras, Gita, Upanishads, Mahabharata, and a lot more. Swamiji's speeches awakened a deep sense of spiritual contentment and inspired a positive faith for the attainment of true everlasting happiness. His lectures and meditation programs are a revelation of the secrets of God realization. Anyone can be benefited by applying these practical teachings and spiritual principles to daily life. Swamiji has been given spiritual programs in the West Indies, India, Canada, United States of America, and South Africa. His lectures touch the heart and have transformed the lives of many seekers around the world. His chanting of the sacred name of God inspires divine love into the hearts of the devotee. He is well loved by all of his devotees for his warm, humble, and caring nature, and greatly respected for his engaging discourses on devotion. Now, without further ado, let's all welcome Swamiji to start with today's program. Thank you, Radha.
Prathamam Sadgurum Bande Shri Krishnam Tadananta Guru Papatmana Shri Krishnas Tvamalatma Ahovatiyam Stanakalakutam Jighansaya Payayadapya Sadvi Lebhe gatin dhatruchitam tatonyam kamvadayaram sharanam braje Namah Kamalana Bhaya Namah Kamalamaline Namah Kamalpadaya Namaste Kamaleksha Yo Brahmanam Vidadha vivati purvam yoga vedashta prahinoti tasmai tadghun hadevam atma buddhi prakasham mumukshurvai sharanamaham prapadde. बोले वृंदावन बिहारी लाल की जय। दिव्यात्मा प्रिय भक्त समुदाय महानुभाव, dearest devotees of the Supreme Lord, the Divine Souls. First let me say Radhe Radhe to each and everyone, and my pranam, my humblest prostrations to all of you. Today it's indeed a great pleasure for me to be with you, all of you, in this wonderful place called Radha Kunj, our center in Singapore. My first visit here. And obviously I can feel the divine energy, the divine presence in this most wonderful place that is filled with devotion, tears of devotees. As you would have seen in the flyers, etc., advertised 2 days talk, gems from the Gita. We'll hear some of that, but before that, as is customary, we'll chant some name of the Supreme Lord, Divine Kirtan, which will help us to focus our mind, bring our presence here, and feel the divinity and presence of the Supreme Lord. I hope you can see on the screen. So, there's a bhajan written by Jagat Guru Tam, Shri Kripalu Mahaprabhu. Man tero sacho yar Brajraj Kumar. One devotee is saying to his mind, to her mind, "O mind, know that your true beloved, your true friend, everything is only Shyam Sundar, Brajraj Kumar, Shri Krishna. Every relation of the soul is only with Shri Krishna. Mata, Pita, Brata, Sharanam, Surit, mother, father, beloved, child, friend, every relation of the soul is only with Shri Krishna. We have to convince and make the mind realize this. Because we identify with the physical body, हम अपने को भूल गया. We've forgotten who we are. Because of Maya, we have been identifying with the physical body from being in endless time. And so we make all these relations in the world. They are all relations of body. If I'm the body, it's fine. But body belongs to me. Whatever belongs to me cannot be me. Someone says, this is my house, this is my motor car. We never say, I am the house, I am the motor car. If we do, they'll put us in a mental asylum. He has to get treatment. Dhila. He's lost some screws. So, haven't forgotten who we are, identifying with the material body, Maya took hold of us, and we've been searching and looking, making these relations in the world of the body. Instead of finding true happiness, we have been only getting pain and suffering. So if the mind can become convinced through practice, abhyas, Shri Krishna says, abhyas tu kaunteya vairagyena cha grihyate. The whole aim of spiritual life is to focus the mind, to control the mind. Shri Krishna is saying to Arjuna Gita, Chanchalam man Krishna pramati balavadram tasyaham nikaham manye vayu vivastu dushkara. Shri Krishna is saying to Arjuna, control the mind, control the mind. Man par nigraha. Arjuna says, Krishna, how to control this mind? It is so strong, turbulent and unyielding. It is more difficult to control the mind than it is to control the wind. Vayu vivastu dushkara. And Shri Krishna agreed. Asanshaya mahabaho manotur nigraham chala. I agree. You are comfortable. Boys, comfortable. Makes no sense. After that. So Shri Krishna said, Arjuna, I agree 100%. Mind is difficult to control. Durnigra means difficult, but not impossible. The word for impossible is asambhav. So it can be done. How? Abhyasil tu kaunteya vairagyena cha grihyate. Chapter 6, verse 35, Gita. Through constant practice, abhyas, the constant practice, the knowledge of who am I, the knowledge of what is my relation with God, the knowledge of why should I want to know God, the knowledge of where can I find true happiness, etc. When this knowledge becomes firm in the mind, naturally detachment will come. Virag you don't have to do. ये करना नहीं, अपने आप आ जाए. It will happen by itself, through knowledge. And the mind will come under our control. We will love God, we will attain. So we'll begin with this beautiful bhajan and we continue from there. मन तेरो साचो यार ब्रजराज कुमार.
Yeah.
Now, let us try to be very attentive and listen very carefully. In the Gita, Bhagavan Krishna says to Arjuna, Prajahati yada kaman sarvan partha manogatan atmanyevatmanah tushta sthita pragyastadochyate. Chapter 2, verse 55, Gita. Prajahati yada kaman. Give up all kamana, give up all desires. This is formulated in the mind. Sab chhod, give up all desires. One who can do that becomes situated in the Lord. Atma Nivatmas. Atma refers here to Bhagavan. Becomes situated in Bhagavan and attains true bliss, true happiness. Vihaya kaman yah sarvan pumanscharati nispriyaha nirmamo nirahankara sashanti madhigacchati. Chapter 2, verse 71, Gita. Again, vihaya kaman yah sarvan. Give up all desires. Sab kamanaon ko chhod do. Be free from all desires. Be free, nirmamo. Be free from all feeling of ownership. Nothing belongs to me. Someone says, whose Murukha is this? Maharaja. Whose house is this? Maharaja. Whose children are these? Yours. Whose house? Everything. Sabka aapka. Do something for me. Take everything and write it in the name of my ashram. Write everything in the name. This is not yours like that. I was just saying like that. Don't even look. This artificial surrender. Asharana Varan. One of the Tushtis mentioned by Jagat Guru Ramanujacharya, Pathak, in surrendering to God. So it's free from all feeling of ownership. Everything belongs to Bhagavan. I'm just a custodian of his property. Nothing belongs to me. Nirahankara, free from all ahankar, ego, pride. Such a person attains supreme bliss, supreme happiness. Yavat bhriyeta jatharam tavat sattvam dehinam adhikam yogi manyeta sastena dandam arhati. 7 Canto 14, chapter 8, verse Srimad Bhagavat Mahapurana. The Bhagavat says, how much belongs to us? We think a lot of things. I have so much money in the bank. This is my house. This is my Murukha. But here Bhagavat is saying, Yavat bhriyet jatharam. Jatharam means stomach. How big is the stomach? This is the size of the stomach. That amount which is necessary, which can fill your stomach. And maybe take care of your family, if you're grihast, if you're householder. This is your right. Anything more? One who is storing and hoarding more than that, sustainer. He's chor, thief. Or Dandamarhati is going to get double punishment for taking ownership of what doesn't belong to you. In the Bhagavat Mahapurana, Bhagavan descended as Nrsimha Bhagavan, half man, half lion. to protect Prahlad, his bhakt. After destroying Hiranyakashipu, Bhagwan put Prahlad to sit on his lap and said, Beta Baram Bruhi, my son asked me for something. Kuch mango, asked me for a boon. Prahlad said, Maharaj, my das hai. I am your servant. A servant who begs and asks is not a servant. He is baniya. He is businessman. I have you, I have everything. Bhagwan says, that's all good. Bahut chota hai, itna, so much knowledge. Because my guru is Naraji. Bhagwan says, okay, it's all fine what you are saying, but it's my nature. Sabka nature, everybody has a nature. So my nature is that when I meet someone, I tell them, ask for boon. This is Bhagwan's nature. So, I'm telling you to ask. Prahlad said, okay. You're my master, you commanded me, I'm going to ask. Prahlad said, Yadirami Shameta Varansvam Vardarshabha Kamanam Hrida Sandoham Bhavatastu Vrinevaram. Srimad Bhagavat Mahapuran, 7th Canto, 10th chapter, 7th verse. Prahlad said, Maharaj, if you insist on giving me something, then give me the boon that my desire to ever ask you for anything should be destroyed forever. Let me never ask you for anything. Isn't the best thing? Today we ask for this, tomorrow for that. A lot of people are fasting, they're doing brat. For Bhagavan, to attain Bhagavan, no. I'll get something in the world. They're looking for worldly. Bhagavan is standing in front of you and saying, ask. Allah said, give me that boon that I should never ask you. Why is desire so dangerous? What does the desire do? Bhagavan says, Beta, why don't you want to have desire? Prahlad said, you want to know this also? I know. But your answer will help people in the world. Prahlad said, Indriyani Mahaprana Atma Dharmo Dhitirmati Hri Shri Stejas Smritis Satyam Yas Nashyanti Janmana. 7th Canto, 10th chapter, 8th verse, Srimad Bhagavat Mahapuran. The birth of a single desire causes harm to so many things. The energy of the sense organs, Indriya. The energy of the mind, Man. Energy of the Pran, the life force. The energy of the soul, Atma. These are the four main things. Other things get harmed also. Righteousness, patience, reasoning, modesty, self-esteem, and even knowledge of the scriptures. Knowledge of the scripture? I know Gita, I know so many Gita Shlok, I know Ramayana Chaupai, I know some Ved, Mantra. That's book knowledge, theoretical knowledge. Practical knowledge is destroyed. Practical knowledge. So desire makes a person a beggar. And desire are only five. Five. Shabd, Sparsha, Rupa, Rasa, Gandha. Shabd, desire to hear. To hear what? Bhagavat Katha. So there are two kinds of Katha. One is Ram Katha and one is the Gram Katha. Ram Katha, listening to Bhagwan's philosophy, his divine pastimes, etc. Ram Katha. A Gram Katha, gossip, politics, worldly things. That is very sweet for some of us. Ram Katha is going on, philosophy. Fall asleep. Shabd, sparsh, desire to touch the lotus feet of a saint, to touch the beautiful murti of Bhagavan, or to touch in the world. Roop, desire to see, to look at the beautiful image of Bhagavan, the saints, or to look at all these things in the world. Ras, desire to taste. Do we taste prasad? Wholesome, lovely, nice prasad, sattvic, bhojan, or you know the other things I don't have to mention. Gandha, desire to smell the flowers offered at the lotus feet of the Lord, the perfume offered to Bhagavan, all things in the world. So 5. We have 5 sense organs. And desires are only of these 5 sense organs. We cannot have a 6th desire. These desires are very powerful. A person of uncontrolled desires cannot control desire for carnal desires, and so falls into the greatest darkness. Kuranga matanga patanga bhringa meenahata pancha vireva pancha eka pramadhi sakathan nahanyate yah sevate pancha vireva pancha. Sukti. There's something called a moth, patanga. Desire for light causes it to fall into the flame. It gets burnt, dies. The bee loves sweet smell. It succumbs to desire for sweet smell. It goes into the lotus flower, and the flower closes and the bee dies. The deer loves sound. So the hunter plays the flute, the deer gets attracted and he kills the deer. The fish's desire for taste gets caught in the hook, and the elephant meets his end owing to the desire for the she-elephant. These poor innocent creatures meet their end trying to satisfy the desire related to one sense organ, one thing. What then shall be the deplorable state of a human being who is ravaged and tormented by all the 5 sense organs? Bhagavan Shri Krishna in the Bhagavat Mahapuran, he gives a wonderful example of a person ravaged and tormented by all the 5 sensual desires. He says to Uddhav, Jivai katom pakarshati karhitarsha shishno nyatasta gudaram shravanam kutashit grano nyatasta padadvikkacha karma shaktir bhavyasa patnaivageha patim lunanti. Srimad Bhagavat Mahapuran, 11th canto, 9th chapter, 27 verse. Bhagavan compares the 5 desires to 5 wives of a man. 5 patni. अरे एक पत्नी तो बहुत है. Imagine someone has 5 wives. Just as every wife will try her level best to attract and possess the husband to herself, in the same way every desire tries to capture the heart to itself. thereby leading to that person's complete ruin and degradation. Sri Krishna is saying to Uddhava. This is why desire is told to be the greatest disease of the inner world of the mind. This is why Bhagavan is saying if someone can give up desires, he would have attained everything. There's no need to do anything anymore, no bhakti, no jnana, no yoga, nothing. He's attained everything. But why stressing only on desire? In the Ramayana, Kalbhasundaji says to Garuji, there's a very famous katha called Sapta Prashna. 7 questions were asked by Garuji to Kalbhasundaji. One of the questions was about diseases of the mind, Manasaro. And one of the things Kalbhasundaji said, Kam baat kap lobha apara क्रोध पित्त नित छाती जारा प्रीति करई जाओ तीन भाई उपजई सन्यपात दुखदाई. Kalbhasundaji is calling these 3 Kam, Krodha, Lobha, desire or lust, anger and greed as 3 brothers, teen bhai. These are called the 3 doorways to hell. One who fosters these 3, he becomes something like sanyapat, hysteria. In other words, goes completely mad. So how come in Gita, Sri Krishna is only talking about kamana? What about greed and anger? Kamat krodho bhijayate. Chapter 2 verse 62 Gita. Sri Krishna is talking about them also. He says the mother of both greed and anger is kamana, desire. Ma hai ma, it's a mother. Look, a desire, when we get a desire, it can either be fulfilled, you get what you want, or it can remain unfulfilled. Now, when we fulfill a desire, when a desire comes in our mind and we fulfill it, we get what we want, we do what we want, what happens? It leads to grief, lobha, which is ever increasing and insatiable. Na jatu kamaha kamanam upabhogena shamyati havishya krishna vartmeva bhuya eva vivardhate. Bhagavat Mahapuran, 9th canto, 19th chapter, 14th verse. The Bhagavat says, fulfilling a desire is like pouring ghee in fire. I'm sure you have seen, some of you may do also, how you offer pure ghee, kettle butter, into the fire. Indraya namaha swaha, Agnaye namaha swaha, Vayave namaha swaha. When you pour the pure ghee in the fire, what happens? Temporarily the fire goes down. And then it gets bigger. So when we fulfill a desire, someone feels like eating ice cream. So you eat a whole tub of ice cream. I don't want any more ice cream. Bhar gaya. I am filled. Even if you try to give him more ice cream, oh no, I'm going to vomit. Please, no more ice cream. Now I don't want. Tomorrow, I want more ice cream. The desire, temporarily we get satisfied. We feel okay. I'm okay. But then, the desire increases. So it leads to greed, which is ever increasing and insatiable, low. And when we cannot get what we want, when the desire cannot be fulfilled, what happens? Growth. We get angry. Anger comes. And what happens when we get angry? Krodhat bhavati sammoha, sammohat smriti brahma, smriti vanshat buddhinasho, buddhinashat pranashyati. Chapter 2, verse 63, Gita. Very important verse. What happens to us when we get angry? Shri Krishna says to Arjuna, from anger comes delusion. From delusion, loss of memory. When we lose our memory, we lose the power to discriminate, and everything is destroyed. When you get angry, you become an animal, worse than an animal. Human beings are told to be superior because of Gyan, the power to discriminate. Jnanam hitesha madhiko vishesho. But when that knowledge is destroyed, Jnanena hina pashubhe samana bhakti. When we get angry, that power to discriminate is destroyed. You can beat the wife, beat the children, kill someone, commit murder. This is how dangerous anger is. So, if you fulfill a desire, greed. If you don't fulfill it, you don't get what you want, anger. So whether we fulfill a desire or it remains unfulfilled, both are dangerous. Now, does desire have a root cause? A beginning? A mother? If we can find the root cause of desire and destroy it, then we don't have to worry about greed, anger, desire, or any other mental disease. Manasura. Now listen carefully. There's only one reason for desire. It is called asakti, attachment, lagav. Look, we have been here for a little while, almost an hour. There's some people who are thinking, if I get a cup of coffee, if I get a cup of chai, if I get a cigarette, I'll be fresh again. He's been talking, I feel bored now right now. If I get a cup of coffee, a chai, a cigarette, I'll be fresh. Then he can go on talking for 2 hours, no problem. Because of these people's attachment to these things, it keeps pinching them again and again. Drink me, smoke me, smoke me. A person who never drinks coffee, has never drank coffee or chai, doesn't have a desire for coffee or chai. And one who doesn't smoke cigarette doesn't have the desire to smoke cigarette. And the more you use it, the more you want it. Some people are satisfied with 1 cup of coffee, 1 cup of chai, and some people the whole day, they're drinking chai and coffee. So the more we use it, the more we get attached. Look at it another way. Let me give an example. This story you may have heard, an incident. There was a poor beggar woman, very poor, and she had a son. The son was very ugly. He had a cut lip, one-eyed, lame, langra, lame, very dark, very ugly. Now one day this beggar woman, there was a fair in the village. A fair, Mela. And she decided to take her son and enjoy also. Let him enjoy also. So she went, attended the Mela. And while she was there, somehow he got lost. Now, she went to the police booth and she inquired. She told the policeman that, I have lost my son, can you help me? Now it so happened that this is a huge Mela fair, so many other children were also lost. It happens in the Mela, in the fair. So there were quite a few other children there. So the policeman said to the woman, please describe to me what your son looks like. So she went on to describe, he's a cut lip, one-eyed leg, etc., etc. And it was very ugly. So the policeman said, lady, there are so many beautiful children here. Please embrace one and get some happiness. Your child is so ugly. The beggar woman said, oh policeman, what do you know? It's only when I see that one-eyed son of mine, I'll be able to eat my food. If there is happiness in beauty, then that beggar woman, seeing so many beautiful children, should have embraced one and gotten some happiness, but she doesn't want beauty. She wants her ugly son. Where there is attachment, only upon attaining that personal object is pleasure derived. And this attachment is the source of all desires. Shri Krishna says in Gita, Dhyayato Vishayat Pulsa Sangaste Shupajayate Sangasajate Kama Kamat Krodho Bhijayate. Chapter 2, verse 62, Gita. When we think again and again, about something or some person or object, we get attached. We think we can find happiness. It's how we get attached. Attachment, the attachment is different. Not everybody is attached to the same person or object, or attachment varies from person to person. So if somehow we can find why we are attached, let's see if we can find the root cause of attachment. Since attachment is the root of all desires, let's find the root of attachment and see if we can destroy that. Now, why do we get attached to any person or object? So as I told you, Shri Krishna, the first line of that verse, Dhyayato Vishayan Pulsa Sangaste Pajayate. Chapter 2, verse 62, the first line. When we think again and again, bar, that I will get happiness in this person or object, we get attached. Look, nobody's born an alcoholic. You think someone is born an alcoholic? No. In our childhood, we see others drinking alcohol. It could be our own mother, father, brother, sister, or friend. And we think, I should take a drink too. So, you hide one day and take a little drink. And the head spin a little bit. So every now and again you hide, somehow you take a little because it's in the house. Now you start working. Every Friday now you go with the friends to the club. Long ago, mostly men, boys used to go club. Now the girls are going more. Clubbing. So every Friday you go to the club. Then every Monday and Friday. Then every Monday, Wednesday and Friday. Then every day. Now you're an alcoholic. Same thing with smoking. How does someone become a chain smoker? You're not born like that. You see others taking smoke. Could be a father, a mother, a brother, sister, your friends, peers. And you think, if you smoke, gentleman. I'll be big in the eyes of others. So, somehow you get a cigarette and decide I'm going to try this thing. When you try to smoke the first cigarette, you cough and almost choke on it. All who were smokers. But you keep smoking because you think it will bring you happiness, and then the nicotine and all these things, it grabs. Then you become addicted, a chain smoker, you can't give it up. Same thing, dude. How does someone say, I fell in love with this boy, I fell in love? Nobody falls in love. I just saw this boy, I fell in love. Nobody falls in love. We see someone. Boy sees a girl, girl sees a boy. This is, nowadays we talk about soulmate. Everybody's looking for a soulmate. And then we end up getting a debt mate sometimes. Anyhow, so you see the boy, that girl, this is the boy who's going to make me happy. This is the girl. And subtly in the mind, that thought keeps going over and over. You don't even know. Then you want to see this boy all the time, you want to see the girl. Now you don't no longer want to eat food, you can't sleep. And we say, I have fallen in love. Attached. So it is a thinking again and again. This bar, thinking again and again. That I will get happiness in this boy, in this object, in this thing, which makes us attached. We get addicted, fall in love. It all means the same thing. Now, why do we think again and again that I will find happiness in some personal object? Does this also have an answer? Yes. We'll get the answer. Let's go to the bhajan first, and then we'll get that answer. So we'll do another kirtan. Okay, yeah. Kripa karu, kripa karu Radhe. Kaha bhati jaya tora, kripa karu Radhe. O Radha Rani. Remember, I'm always telling you Radha Rani and Shri Krishna are one and the same. Alright, don't see difference. But Shri Krishna in the form of Radha Rani is more loving, more kind. She's Kripamani. Her heart melts very easily. A devotee, knowing Radha and Krishna is one and the same, but they go faster to Radha Rani. Maya is very soft. She melts very easily. So we'll sing that this is saying, oh Radha Rani, please shower your grace to me, on me. Where else can I go? And you would lose. Kaha gati jaya tora. Bhagwan doesn't lose. Purnamadaha purnamidam purnat purnamadachyate purnasya purnamadaya purnamevavashishyate. God is such an entity. If you subtract infinite, it remains infinite. So Radha Rani, if you shower a little grace on me, you're not going to lose. So we'll ask Radha Rani. Kripa karu Radhe, kahan ghati jaye tora, kripa karu Radhe. Shri Radha Rani ki Jai. Again, so be attentive again, please. So why do we continuously think again and again that we can find happiness in any person or object? This is the question. This is also a reason, a cause. Yes. You see, I've been saying throughout the lecture series also, and I was saying in the beginning, this body belongs to us. We're not the body. This body is a material. It's made of 5 elements. Prithvi, Jal, Tej, Vayu, Akash, earth, water, fire, air and space. Material. So we're not the body, we are soul, Atma. And the soul is an eternal part, fraction of Sri Krishna. Sri Krishna says in Gita, Mamaivansho jiva loke, jiva bhutah sanatana. Chapter 15, verse 7, Gita. Sri Krishna says that Jivatma, the individual souls, are eternal part, fraction of him. And as I told you before, every part, every fraction has a natural love for the whole and wants to become one with it. All rivers naturally flow to the ocean, being a fraction of the ocean. If you look at the flame of a fire, it always rises upward, being a fraction of the sun. In the same way, we, the Jivatma, the individual soul, being an eternal part, fraction of God, Sri Krishna, naturally love and want only Sri Krishna. And who is Sri Krishna? The Vedas tell us, Raso Vaisahar Sakvam Yevayam Labdhva Nandi Bhavati. Taittiriya Upanishad, chapter 2, verse 7. The Vedas say, Sri Krishna, God is Ras, bliss, happiness. In other words, whenever we say happiness or we say God, Sri Krishna, these are two names for one and the same entity. Happiness is God, God is happiness. So, since we eternal parts, fractions of Sri Krishna, it means we naturally love and want only Sri Krishna. And because Sri Krishna is happiness, that's why we all want only happiness. And so we are continuously looking and searching everywhere. But we have been looking in the wrong place. Because of our ignorance, agyan. What is the ignorance? Identification with the physical material body. We have forgotten who we are. We have forgotten we are the soul, Atma, from being an endless time. And it's our nature to look for happiness everywhere and in everything. So because of this misidentification with the body, Body is material. We've always been looking in the material world. No one can remain inactive even for a moment. Nahi kaschit kshanamapi jatu tishthatya karmakrit. Chapter 3 verse 5 Gita. So we have to keep performing action. And every action we perform, no matter how opposite, how contradictory, is only for happiness. This nature of ours, nature you can't change. To want happiness, no one can destroy it. Neither God, Bhagavan, nor a saint, nor if there's something called a devil. No. But if we continue looking for happiness in the material world, as we have been doing from beginningless time, we will never be satisfied. Now, if somehow someone can convince us that there is no happiness to be found in the material world, in any person or object, remember, Jivatma, the individual soul, we have been in existence from beginningless time. Na jayate mriyate va kadachinnayam bhutva bhavitavana bhuyah ajo nityah shashvatoyam purano nahanyate hanyamane sharire. Chapter 2 verse 20 Gita. Sri Krishna says to Arjun, the Jivatma, the individual soul, does not take birth, nor does it die, nor having come into existence, does it cease to be, because it is unborn, eternal, and most ancient. It cannot be destroyed even when the body is destroyed. God is not senior to us. Amritasya vai putraha. The Vedas say every living being is a child of God. He's our father, our mother, father. Have you ever seen a parent and the child being the same age? Two guys are walking in the road and you meet them and you say, hello, how are you? Fine. Who are you? Oh, I'm Ramesh and this is my son Ganesh and we're the same age. Same age. Yes. We're born the same day, same time, same moment. Jurwa. We're twins. Jaiho. Impossible in the world. But in the spiritual world, God, our mother and father, and we, the individual soul, are the same age. Ever since God have existed, we, the individual soul, have existed. Unborn, eternal beings. And yet no one has been able to convince us that we are searching in the wrong place. We are fasting, we are doing brat, we are doing puja, we go in mandir, we bathe in the shivling, we are doing abhishek, everything we are doing. For what? Looking to get something in the world. Because the conviction in the mind that I will find happiness in the world. To want happiness, we can't destroy. But the decision is there in the mind, very firm, from beginningless time, that I will find happiness in the world. A new house, a new car, handsome boy, beautiful girl, you name it. Nice clothes, nice food, see in many countries. The decision has become very firm. It's almost impossible for the worldly soul to change that decision. And here is where the work of Guru comes. Guru. Without Guru, this decision in our mind that I will find happiness in the material world. If I don't find it today, I will find it tomorrow, but I will find it. We cannot change that. Only when we take shelter in the true Guru, a true saint. Just as association. What does association with a true Guru or saint does? When you associate with a true guru, a true saint, in the right way for some time. Not just meeting him, not just 1 hour, sometime days, sometimes weeks, months. Something is going to happen inside of you. Our attachment for the material world automatically will start decreasing. And our attachment for Sri Krishna, for God, will start increasing. This is one of the tests that you are in the right place. This is a real satsang. Otherwise, you're in the wrong place. If your desire for the world is increasing, be careful. You're in the wrong place. It's not satsang. Kusang. So Guru, this is why Sri Krishna says, Tadvirim pranipatena pariprashnena sevaya upadekshati te jnanam jnaninas tattva darshinaha. Chapter 4, verse 34. The true Guru. Sri Krishna is qualifying who is a Guru here. Jnaninaha plus tattva darshinaha. These two words are important, very important. The same thing is said in Vedas. Pariksha lokan karma chitan brahmano nirvedamayan nastapitakitena tad vijnanartham sagurumeva bhigachet samitpani shrotriyam brahmanishtham. Mundak Upanishad, first Mundak, second Kan, 12th mantra. Ved is saying we have to have a Guru. But there are two things that qualifies him to be Guru. Shrotriya plus Brahmanishtham. The exact translation of this Ved mantra is given in Bhagavat Mahapuran. Shade parichirishnatam brahman upashamashaya. Prabhu Maharaj, one of the 9 Yogeshwars, is saying to Videhanini in the Bhagavat Mahapuran, we have to have a Guru. Sadguru Meva Bhigachet Samit Pani Shotriyam Brahman. Yes, we have to have a Guru. But Shade Parichanishnatha Shotriya Brahman Upashamashaya Brahmanishtham. 11th Canto, 3rd chapter, 21st verse, Bhagavat Mahapuran. Exact thing Sri Krishna is saying in Gita, chapter 4, verse 34. Jnaninaha means Shotriyam. Tattvadarshinaha means Brahmanishtham. These are the only 2 things that qualifies him to be Guru. Number 1, Jnaninaha means he has complete knowledge. All the Vedas, all the Puranas, not only Gita, not only Bhagavat, all complete knowledge. And not only knowledge, he's able to remove our doubts. Anybody can read book and give lecture like me. But Guru, he clarifies the doubt. Through his words, it pierces inside. And the doubts get removed. Shotriya, Jnaninaha. But even more important, he is Tattvadarshinaha, Brahmanishtham. Meaning, he is seeing Krishna is attained. The divine vision, divine knowledge, divine bliss of God. If we are so fortunate to meet the true Guru, genuine saint, bona fide saint, what do we do? So Sri Krishna says, number 1, Tadvirit Pranipati. Pati means surrender. Pranipat, completely surrender. Completely surrender. Surrender the mind. We'll hear more about that later on. Number 1. Number 2, Pariprashnena. Acquire true knowledge from him by questioning, listening to his lecture, etc. Acquire Guru gives knowledge. We don't get knowledge by reading Gita. Don't go and read Gita by yourself. Bhagavat, no. Guru bin hoi ki gyan. Guru gives knowledge. You read the scripture, you get more confused. So much contradictions and complication. Guru gives knowledge. And number 3, sevaya. Do his seva. Knowing that Guru to be Shri Krishna personified, do his seva, serve him. He will give you knowledge, he will give you Krishna, he will do everything. So Guru is very important. Now, Shri Krishna says something very important. I want to complete this before finish it. It's very important. So Shri Krishna says to Uddhava, something very important in Bhagavad. Vishayandhyataschitam vishayeshu visajyate mamanusmarataschitam mayeva praviliyate. 11th canto, 14th chapter, 27 verse. Srimad Bhagavat Mahapurana. Shri Krishna says to Uddhava in Bhagavad, just as I have said to Arjuna in the Gita, when we think again and again about any person or object in the world, we get attached to the person or object, and what you get attached to, that's what you're going to attain. When the life leaves the body, yam yam vapi smaram bhavam tyajatyante kalevam yah prayati samadbhav tam tame vaiti kaunte sada tadbhava bhavita. Chapter 8 verse 6 Gita. When the life leaves the body, when we say someone has died, when the life leaves the body, what you remember at that time? Yam yam vapi smaram bhavam. Smaran, remember. That's what you're going to go, where you're going to become after you die. And what are we going to remember? Wherever we are attached. You're attached to the material world, to some material person, object, you will attain. You're attached to Bhagavan, you will go to goal. So Shri Krishna is saying, Uddhava, just as when someone thinking again and again about any person or the object in the world, gets attached to the person or object, attains that. In the same way, when someone thinks again and again about me, Shri Krishna, and this is now Guru has given you that knowledge, it has become firmly embedded in the mind that the happiness I'm looking for, I will find only in Radharani, only in Shri Krishna. So just like in the world, why do we get attached to any boy, girl, all this thing? They will give, that boy is going to make me happy, this girl, this alcohol, this thing, dirty thing, is going to make me happy. So again and again, and the method is the same. The way of practice is the same. And the result is the same. What is the result? The heart, the mind gets attached. So, just as I think again and again about some person or object in the world, I get attached. In the same way, if the Guru now, when I associate with the true saint, he is able to convince me that the happiness I'm looking for, I'm searching for, I will find only in Shri Krishna, only in Radharani. Now I'll keep thinking about Radharani, Shri Krishna, about Guru again and again. And the result, I will attain Shri Krishna, supreme happiness. This is sadhana. This is what we have to do. So in the sadhana, Shri Krishna says, Abhyasena kaunteya vairagyena chagrihate. Abhyas, vairagya. Abhyas, vairagya. So what is the abhyas? Shri Krishna, only Radharani, only Guru. The mind runs away to the world. Don't worry, bring it back again. So you practice to get the mind to attach to Radha Krishna, to Guru. Mind runs to the world. Bring it back through knowledge, to the knowledge Guru has given to you. Slowly, the mind will get convinced. In the beginning, it will keep running away. Don't worry, there are things I'll tell you that you should do. I told you, wherever it go, let it go right there. And then put Krishna there. Put Radharani. The mind will eventually realize wherever I go, He's there, stay right here. But we have to practice. This is the abhyas. The vairagya, no, it's not there. Vairagya means detachment. The mind is running to the wall. No, hey man, oh mind, don't go there. There's nothing there. Come back here. Abhyas, vairagya. Abhyas, vairagya. Slowly, with that practice, the mind will stay. Because now, through Guru's grace, the mind has become convinced. And the point will come, now you sit, very easily you'll be able to sit and meditate on Radha, Krishna and Guru. Mind is going nowhere. So much bliss you're going to get. Yeah, I have to go to work, you don't want to leave now. Just like you're lying in the bed and you want to, and the sleep is so sweet. I don't want to get up. Now you don't want to leave your sadhana. So much bliss you're getting. But we have to practice. Abhyas. Alright? And so Guru is also very important. Without him, this will not happen. There's more, we'll hear next time. Bole Vrindavan Bihari Lal ki jai, Radha Rani ki jai, Srimad Sadguru Sarkar ki jai, Jai Jai Shri Radhe, Jai Jai Shri Radhe, Jai Jai Shri Radhe.
Thank you, Swamiji, for unveiling the secrets of Bhagavad Gita. As you all know, this is just part one of the two-part lectures, and we will continue on. And let's continue building on this desire to come back here tomorrow at 7:30 p.m. To continue on to the second part.